Romero versus Pitbull Cruz, Cruz. It's going down March 30th on Amazon Prime Video. It's going to be an interesting fight. That's on the undercard, or I guess it's going to be the co-main event for Keith One-Time Thurman. He's making the big return, long awaited, at 154 against Tim Tszyu, a world title holder. So, I'm excited to see Keith Thurman back in the ring, but Ryan Garcia kind of left in the dust because we know that Ryan really wanted to fight. If it wasn't Devin Haney, he wanted to fight Cruz, or he wanted to fight Romero, because these are winnable fights realistically for Ryan Garcia. And now that's neither of them are options, and it's kind of unfortunate for Ryan because I think those were the two fights that he could have really, they were winnable fights, and at the same time he could have really milked the financial reward from those fights, because I think Cruz brings that Mexican crowd. Rolly Romero is very popular within the boxing community because of how outspoken he is, all the sparring he's been in, and what he says to the media. He can be considered controversial, and obviously his loss to Tank got a lot of people's he won a lot of the fans' hearts in some sense, because despite his loss, a lot of people gave him credit for what he was able to do in that fight, and they then became fans. Tank fans became Rolly fans after they fought. But for Rolly to now be fighting Cruz, I think that's a very interesting fight, because we have a guy like Cruz, a much smaller fighter, smaller than Tank. He's around 5'4", 5'5" at most. And then you have a guy like Rolly Romero, who stands at 5'9", 5'9 and a half, who's a physically very strong fighter. Cruz coming up from 135 to 140 to make this fight happen. This is going to be a big event for PBC. Al Heyman, he's obviously putting everything together. Floyd Mayweather probably has his fair share of decision making within this showcase. But hey, Cruz is a good fight. Isak's under Manny Pacquiao's promotions, so it's gonna be interesting. I think Cruz versus Rolly's a great stylistic matchup. Both of these guys are big punchers, very aggressive fighters. They're not defensive fighters at all. These guys are gonna go out there and swing for the fences, to be honest, because it's not so much about technique in this fight. Well, it will be. And I think, obviously, Cruz has the better technique, but he's also wild himself. He throws a lot of wild shots, gets himself out of position. Rolly capitalizes on that. Hey, he counters well. It could be a Rolly night, but I'm not sure how good Rolly's chin is gonna react to Cruz's power. I don't know. Cruz, in his last fight fought a very much taller fighter, but still couldn't get him out of there. So I'm curious, will Rolly Romero be able to take that same kind of punch from Cruz? Because he's going to get hit. I think Rolly's going to get hit. His defense isn't tight enough to the point where, Cruz isn't going to land a big shot. But I also think that Rolly hits very hard, and he's going to have the physical advantage. He's going to have the weight advantage come fight night. I bet Rolly's going to come in. If they're fighting at 140, Rolly's gonna come in at close to 160, if not more than that. I believe. But it's a big fight for Cruz if he's able to pull this one off. He just gets more, his stock just rises even more. He's a fan favorite because he has that Mexican style where he fights like a warrior, and he's not going to give up. He wants the stoppage win. Beat Gamboa, had a very competitive fight with Gervonta Davis. Has had a few, recent knockout performances. His most recent fight wasn't his best performance, but on a big stage against Rolly Romero, where you're also headlining, co-main eventing Keith Thurman's return fight against Tim Tszyu. It's going to be an interesting night. I'm excited for it, but you got to feel for Ryan Garcia in this sense, because he thought he was going to get the Rolly fight. Now he's kind of left in the dust, and he has to figure out a new plan, and it's kind of all being rushed because the fans are saying, when are you fighting again? Who's it going to be? It better be somebody good. Coming off that win against Oscar Duarte, where it wasn't his best performance, but hey, he got the stoppage win, that left hook. He found a home for that left hook and was able to end it. But you can't do that against the elite of the elite, who are gonna recognize it. And kind of stay away from it and be cautious around that left hook, like guys like Devin, guys like Shakur, and how Tank did in his fight against Ryan Garcia. So there has to be a change from Ryan Garcia from a game plan and arsenal perspective, because people are gonna, you know, be ready for that left hook. They're gonna brace for it. They're gonna find ways to counter it, take their best weapon away from them. That's what Floyd Mayweather has done to all of his opponents. And, you know, guys like Devin, guys like Shakur, guys like Tank, they've all been under the tutelage of Floyd Mayweather. So you have to expect, you know, if you're Ryan Garcia and you want to compete with the best, you have to bring out something else besides that left hook, or else you're not going to have a chance against these guys. It's going to be very difficult to land that left hook against guys who are very defensively sound. So, hey, you know, Ryan Garcia, one of my favorite fighters. I hope he does well. I hope he gets a big fight next and against the best opposition in the sport. I'm excited to see how he fares again, you know, if he's able to make these tweaks to really show out, because I think he can do it. He definitely has the potential to do so. It's all about him, you know, putting the work in the gym as, you know, we expect him to do. So we'll see what happens. Ryan Garcia kind of left in the dust, but Rolly Romero and Cruz, big fight. I'm going to have to lean towards Rolly, but that's a close fight. That's a 50-50 fight if I've ever seen one. But let me know in the comments what you guys think, who you guys got, Rolly Romero versus Cruz. But thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace. That's going to do it for another Naz Fight Media video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been your boy, Matt Nabong, with another video. Hope you guys enjoyed it all. Thank you guys for the constant support. Salute to y'all always. It's been your boy.